it's Nija. Welcome back to my channel. In today's episode, we're going to talk about the 4 easy steps to manifest anything that you want. I'm going to break it down for you nice and easy, and I figured so it's not too boring, I'm going to do my makeup for you guys. So it's going to be a get ready with me while we talk about manifestation, which a lot of you guys love. You're trying to call in new homes, new partners, more money. So I'm going to give you the shortcut, the cheat sheet real quick on how to manifest more things into your life while we do a little get ready with me. So if you guys like these types of videos, please make sure that you thumbs up the videos, as well as subscribe if you're new to my channel, because I post new videos every week. I love you guys, and let's get into it. So I'm going to give you guys a quick crash course on how to manifest. It's a simple, quick little 4 steps. I'm going to go ahead and do my makeup. Now you guys, let me know if in the future you would prefer for me to just say, like, just do a sit down chat and talk, like if me doing my makeup is distracting, or if you just like don't care to see me do my makeup. Let me know, and then in the future I won't do my makeup. I'll just do a regular sit down chat. Step number 1 is have a vision. Now, manifesting is all about utilizing your imagination, pulling things from your imagination, from the mind, and materializing them into your 3D reality. So in this very first step of manifesting, this is where you want to close your eyes, or you can keep your eyes open, but essentially you want to see your dream life. You want to see your dream version. Whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, you need to be able to see it in your mind's eye. Why? You cannot create what you do not know, what you cannot perceive. So it's super important to utilize that imagination power so that you can visualize what it is you're trying to manifest. What do you look like when you have what you're asking for? And what's really important in this step is that you write it out. So this is kind of funny. Last night I was doing the exact thing I'm sharing with you guys, and that's how this video was birthed. I was in meditation and I was like, there's a version of myself that I'm supposed to be at right now. I'm not supposed to be here where I am right now. I see where I'm supposed to be. Time to start manifesting and pulling that out of me. When I ask myself, okay, well then what is the vision that you see for yourself? Like what is it that you see for yourself? In order to dial in the frequency, in order to go down the path, in order to get there, you have to see what it looks like, right? You have to ask yourself what your life looks like on your dream version. What do you do on a day-to-day basis? What is it that you want? Is it more money? Is it a new apartment? Is it a new home? What is it that you want? What about your life currently does not resemble the life that you desire? So step number 1 is you have to have a vision, and then after you dream up the vision, you want to write it down. And what exactly are you writing down? You are going to start writing down what this next version of yourself that you are drawing out of yourself, pulling out of yourself, what does it look like? So for example, you could say, I'm supposed to be in my dream apartment, and then you can describe what your dream apartment looks like. You could say something like, I'm supposed to be a 6-figure business owner, and then you can describe what that business looks like. You can say something like, I own investment properties, right? And you can start describing what do the investment properties look like, where are they at. You could say something like, I'm building strong relationships in a strong community, and then maybe you can describe the type of people you are trying to attract and call into your life. So do you see what I'm saying? You want to have the vision, but then you want to add words to the vision. If you can add words to the vision, it's going to be even easier to attract that timeline to you because you're able to describe it. Think about it like this. Your manifestation or your dream life is on a timeline, and you can connect yourself to that timeline, but in order to connect yourself to that timeline, you need coordinates, right? Think about a GPS. You can't just say, okay, GPS, take me somewhere. The GPS is going to be like, okay, where are we going? You having the imagination, having the vision in your head of what you're trying to manifest is like you having the coordinates to put into your GPS. The GPS is your internal compass that is guiding you to your manifestation. So that is step number 1. You must have a vision. Anytime you're trying to manifest anything at all, you have to have a vision. You have to see what does it look like when you get what you're asking for. Step number 2 is similar to step number 1. Both step number 1 and step number 2 both have to deal with your vision. So if step number one, you want to have a vision, right? Have a desire, have what you want to do. And step number two, you want to see the vision. Now this one is really important because in order to attract or manifest anything into your life, you need to be able to see yourself able to have what you're asking for. Now this is the step in your manifestation process where you can bust out your vision board, okay? Why did we not make the vision board step number one? Because you really want to have the language to what you're asking for before you start just printing out random pictures, right? Because you could be printing out pictures that are definitely not in alignment with what you're asking for because you haven't explicitly describe what you're asking for. So this is the part of your manifestation process where you can get a vision board. You can cut out pictures from a magazine, you can print out pictures from the internet, but essentially you want to make sure the people kind of look like you, resemble you, because what you're really trying to do is see yourself on that timeline, okay? So that is why it's so important to not just have a vision, but you also need to see the vision. And when you see the vision, you need to start implanting yourself in that vision of what you see. You cannot create something you do not know what it looks like. That's why even like architects or builders, they have to create a blueprint before they build a house or before they build a car. Before you build anything, you need a blueprint so you know what it's going to look like. Okay, step number three in the manifestation process is you have to decide that you get to have it. And then you also need to adjust your beliefs so that you can have it. So step number three is to decide you get to have it. Now, why is this so important? A lot of people will stay stuck on, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. And they never really manifest it. They don't decide that they get to have it. A lot of us are really good at saying, I want, I want, I want, I want, I want, I want. But then we have so many limiting beliefs that stop us from thinking that we can have what it is that we're asking for, okay? So step number three is all about deciding. Now that you know what you want, you have to decide that you get to have it. Decide means that you're putting to rest all other options. The possibility of not having it is no longer on my timeline because I've decided I get to have what I'm asking for. And when you decide that you get to have what you're asking for, you will notice that a lot of limiting beliefs might begin to come up. Of course they're going to come up. Why? Because you are now expanding yourself to a version of yourself that you were not before. Before you might have had a limiting belief that said, I can't have this or it can't be this way. Therefore, you never experienced the timeline that you're asking for. For example, let's say in step number one, you have the vision, and the vision is that you want to be a successful business owner, right? And step number two, you see yourself in your successful business. You know what the business looks like, you know what it's going to feel like, right? So you're dreaming it up, you create the vision board for this dream business that you're starting, right? And then in step number three, you have to decide that you get to have this business. This is also the step where you decide if it gets to be easy or hard for you. You decide if money gets to come quickly or slowly to you. You decide if it has to be fun or if it has to be like really hard and annoying, right? You get to decide. You are the author of your book. You must decide. Okay, so you're not just deciding what you want, but you're deciding how it gets to happen, how you want it to happen, right? And this is also important because some people will be like, God, I want $1,000, right? But they're not necessarily specific in the way that they want it, or they don't necessarily decide the way they want it, which you don't really need to limit yourself on how things are going to happen. They're going to happen. It doesn't matter what mountains God needs to move, what things need to be rearranged in your life to make it happen. That's really none of your business, right? But just what is your business is deciding that it gets to be easy, deciding that it gets to be fun, deciding that it gets to make you happy, and you know what I mean? So that is step number three, decide. Now, this is a very big important thing when it comes to step number three and deciding. You don't just decide, but whatever you decide now, you have to go and look at your beliefs, because you guys, your beliefs are unlocking the timeline. Whether you believe you can have something or you can't have something is completely up to you, okay? Your beliefs are what have gotten you where you are right now, and you need to change your beliefs, tweak your beliefs, adopt the new thing that you're trying to manifest. The thing you're trying to manifest is more money into your life, right? You might have used to have a belief that you have to work really hard to have money and you have to have a regular 9-to-5 job to have money, blah, 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 right? These are beliefs that are associated with the old version of yourself that you used to be. And step number 3 is where you decide, no, money actually gets to come quickly and easily to me. Money gets to come in whatever form, whatever way it wants to come in. Money gets to come through my business. Money gets to come as a donation. Money gets to come from my friends. Money gets to come from my husband. Money gets to come from whatever. Money gets to come in lots of ways, and I don't have to work that hard. I don't have to struggle. You've decided, right? Once you decide, you also must simultaneously tweak your beliefs, because the old beliefs that you used to have probably won't allow you to believe what you have now decided. So you must tweak your beliefs, because the only thing that is standing in the way of you and what you desire is your belief. If what you're asking for has not yet manifested in your life, it is probably because you have a belief that is contradicting what it is that you're asking for, right? So not just decide, don't only decide that you get to have what you're asking for, which is important, you know, like God is not going to, free will is a real thing. Free will is a universal law, right? So no one is going to be infringing on your free will to give you what you want, right? So you actually have to decide. You must decide. If you don't decide you get to have it, if you don't believe that you get to have it, God is not going to infringe on your free will and give it to you anyway. You have to be in alignment with what you're asking for. So a lot of times I'll get comments on, I have a video that I posted, how I manifested $900 in 24 hours. People are like, well, that doesn't count. Everybody gets refunds from school, blah, blah, blah. But when people comment like that, I'm saying, do you see how your limiting belief or the belief that you have is stopping money from coming to you because you believe it has to come from your 9-to-5, or it has to come from here, it has to come through there, right? You are limiting your desires, your manifestations from coming to you because you have a false belief or a false perception of how it's supposed to happen. I bet you as soon as you tweak your belief, it can probably come to you a lot faster. So super major key. Step number 3, decide you get to have it, and then adjust your beliefs to match the new thing that you've decided. You are creating a new reality based on these beliefs. Your reality is a reflection of what you believe. If you are currently broke, it is because you have a belief that it is normal for you to be broke. If you are currently have bad relationships or poor relationships, it's because you have a belief that whatever your belief is. If you have poor health, or like you are out of shape or overweight, or you just don't feel healthy in your body, it's because you have a belief that it is normal for you to feel the way that you feel in your body. Do you understand? So to change your life, to change your reality, you must first change your beliefs. Stop trying to change the external world around you before you tackle the internal world. The internal world is where the work needs to be done. If you want to do the work internally, and then I promise you the external work will be so easy. Step number 4, the very last step of how to manifest, is simply act as if it is coming. You have to act like, okay, now that I've decided I get to have this, you have to act like you know it is coming. You have to live in receptivity that you know what you're asking for is on its way to you, okay? This is also now where you do the things that get you in alignment with what you asked for. And step number 4, it's all about having the confidence that you know that it's coming, therefore, and you get that confidence through your beliefs, okay? Remember in step number 3, we said you have to decide you get to have it, and then you have to change your belief so that you can actually hold space for it, right? That's how you expand your container to be able to have it, right? And so in step number 4, you are now doing the things. This is where you actually take the physical action steps. You know the saying, faith without works is dead. So step number 4 is where you actually take the action steps to do it. But remember, you can't skip step number 3, because if you don't believe that the action steps you take are going to get the results that you want, you're never going to take action steps in the first place. Step number 4, act as if it is coming. You have to act as if you know what you're asking for is coming without a shadow of a doubt. You know absolutely what I asked for is coming. I'm so confident and I know it is coming. It's just a matter of having confidence in what you've asked for, which is extremely important to have confidence in what you asked for. In step number 4, you will also notice this is where your faith gets tested, because you've made all these new declarations about what you're choosing to believe now. Now the universe, God's source consciousness, has to test, do you really believe that, or were you just saying that to be cute, right? Like, do you really believe that you can make $10,000 in a day, or were you just saying that to be cute? Do you really believe you can travel the world, or were you just saying that to be cute? Do you really believe you can get this new house, this new apartment, or were you just saying that to be cute? In step number 4, you are going to be put to the test. This is also where you are stretching and expanding your container to be able to hold what you're asking for. As soon as you put off a desire or a request to the universe, universe, I'm ready to meet my dream partner. Universe, I'm ready to have my dream home. Universe, I'm ready to, you fill in the blank. The universe is like, okay, great. I'm happy you've decided that this is what you want and this is what you're gonna have. I'm excited for you. Now, the universe is going to test you to make sure that you are expanding your container so that you can have what you're asking for. So what do these tests look like? For example, if you put out the intention, God, I want to make more money. God, send me more money. God is probably going to have you come up with a bunch of unexpected expenses. Like, oh no, now I got to pay to get my car fixed. Oh no, now I have to pay to do this. Oh no, there's this unexpected thing that I need to pay for. Why? Because the universe is giving you an opportunity to trigger, to snap you into action and to activate that, okay, well, how do I make this money? If you never were put in these circumstances where you needed to make more money, you would never need to expand your container to figure out how to make what you want nice and quick and in a hurry. So you will notice that as soon as you set your intention, you will begin to come up to challenges, little tests, little conquests, in which the universe is testing to see if you are going to expand your container to let in and allow in what you're asking for, or are you going to shrink and say, oh, this is too hard, life is too hard, I give up, I quit. So remember, in step number 4, you must be tested. Why? Because the old version of who you used to be was not in alignment with the new thing that you're asking for. If you were in alignment with the thing you were asking for, it would already be here. So because you're not in alignment with what you're asking for, you must be tested so that you can graduate, expand your container so that you can hold and have what it is that you're asking for. I really hope that this makes sense. I'm going to do my eyeliner and my eyelashes real quick, and then we will finish this video up. The most important thing in the manifestation process is consistency. You don't just believe one day and then you fall off. It is literally just a matter of time before you get what it is that you're asking for. You can have whatever you want. The universe is only waiting for you to be ready to hold what you're asking for. Because if you were given what you wanted, let's say you want more money, if God gave you the $1 million that you wanted right now and you didn't even know what to do with it, you would waste it all. You would probably buy a bunch of food and become overweight. You would give it all to your friend. You wouldn't know how to invest it or grow it. So the truth of the matter is, whatever it is that you're asking for, if it hasn't shown up yet, you're probably not ready for it yet. But that's okay, because the universe is giving you an opportunity to get ready for it so that when it gets here, you can actually hold on to your manifestation and you won't lose it and you won't corrupt yourself because you didn't energetically align to what you were asking for. So what's really important is consistency and believing that no matter what happens, no matter what obstacles arise, now that you've decided on what you want, you have to have unwavering belief that what you're asking for is coming, and it's just a matter of time. And the only reason why it hasn't shown up yet is because there's still internal work that you need to do. And when the internal work is done, what you're asking for will arrive. It just has to happen. You are becoming the reciprocal of what it is that you're asking for. If you're asking for a successful business, well, you have to become the successful business owner so that you can have the successful business. If you're asking for the partnership, you have to become the ideal partner so that you can sustain and maintain that relationship. Does it make sense? So you are literally just doing the inner work on yourself so that you can be the person who can hold on to the desire or manifestation that you're asking for, and realize if it hasn't come yet, it is probably a matter of internal work that still needs to be done so that you can call in, attract, and hold on and sustain the manifestation that you're asking for. Now I'm setting my face. I love a good setting spray moment. I hope that you guys have gained some tips on how to continue to manifest and how to manifest. This is like the easiest blueprint I could give you on how to manifest. So I hope that it is helpful. And I'm getting the download too that you guys need to check and make sure that when you are asking for something, when you're trying to manifest something, that you are manifesting without limits, meaning that you are manifesting without putting restrictions on yourself from your old limiting beliefs. For example, don't say I want to make more money and assume it has to come through your 9-to-5 job. You know what I mean? Like, don't make limitations for yourself. Another thing, when people are trying to manifest a specific person, sometimes they'll be like, I'm manifesting so-and-so. Well, God had someone way better for you, but because you kind of put yourself in a box and you thought you had to be with that person, now you're gonna get with that person, but it's because you're going to learn the lessons associated with being with that person. So make sure whenever you're manifesting, say, I want this or something even better. This leaves room for the universe to give you that if that is what you're in alignment for. Or sometimes we don't even perceive the great things that are in store for us because our mind can only conceptualize so much because our container is so small. If you're like, oh God, please give me a Honda Civic, and God is like, but you're meant to have an entire Escalade. When you trying to manifest a specific person, or you're trying to manifest, let's say you're trying to manifest $5,000 because to you it's easy and believable. God is like, well, you're actually meant to give you $10,000, but because you only asked for this, you're showing me that this is all you believe that you're worthy of, or all you believe that you can call in. So I guess this is just what you are gonna call in right now. Make sure that you leave it open. Say, universe, give me this or something better. Remember to manifest like that. All right, you guys, that's the end of my video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you learned the 4 easy steps on how to manifest anything into your life. Utilize these tips. Let me know if you have any questions. Leave them down below in the comments. And as always, I love you. Please thumbs up the video if it was helpful, and subscribe if you're new to my channel because I post new videos every week. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!